Hey you guys, it is Nin Fun. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. As I always say, you can make more money, but you can't make more time. So the fact you're taking the time to watch this, I'm truly blessed and grateful. So let's get right into this. We are on chapter 5 of Compound Effect. We got chapter 6 that I probably will finish off later on this week with you guys. And it's about influences, right? And I love this section because this is the reason why I read personal development books, why I go to seminars and I go to events and things like that, to be able to clear out the clutter of negativity in my brain, right? So our brain is made for us to focus on the negative things. The reason why is because it's trying to survive. So, somebody getting killed or what's going on in our lives or in the media or what have you, our brains look at that because we're trying to stay away from that. We're trying to make sure that if we see it happening, that we can go on the opposite direction or to survive. But the most important thing, hey Ben, how are you? But the most important thing is that you have to protect your brain, and I put positive things in it so that you can kind of change the way your brain thinks. And so this is a great section on that. So here are a few things. What you feed your mind is also what you think. The people around you and your environment. So these are the 3 sections of how we can develop our minds to be in a more positive mindset instead of a negative one. It's always great to be able to figure out ways to keep ourselves alive, for sure, right? But we also need to find ways to keep positivity in our brains and in our lives as well, because actually that's what matters most. And the thing about it is, if you're more positive, you're going to do things in your life that most people won't do, right? Because they're so focused on, I can't, I'm scared, I'm fearful, I'm this, I'm that. And I am totally guilty of that as well. So I love personal development because the world is a negative place. It really can be. So here we go. So basically, when it comes to your mind, you really need to be able to stop putting garbage in. Because if you put garbage in, garbage will come out. If you think negatively, you feel that in your body and you act on that. All right. So you have to be able to separate yourself from that kind of life. 99% of us live that life, right? Or at least 95% of us live that life. I would love to be part of that 5% or that top 2% that are not only making great money and having fabulous lives, but because they have that mindset of positivity and moving forward and setting goals and accomplishing them and having integrity with their lives as going out there helping others, that's an incredible life. You live a wonderful life. Are they numb and clueless of what's going on in the world? Heck no. Actually, the higher you get to success and doing well, the more negativity comes at you. More people are haters and more people are talking you down because they want to bring you down to that level. There's something that Les Brown said. He said, there's a lot of people at the bottom, but there are very few at the top. You want to get to the top, right? Because they're extraordinary in their own right. And then also something else he said, which I love. Make hard decisions so your life can be easier. Have you noticed if you made easier decisions, like stay in the job you shouldn't stay in any longer than the next hour, right? Or staying in that relationship or what have you, when you know you should be moving forward because that's the easy decision and your life is difficult, right? So making easy decisions only make your life harder. So let's make sure we are crafting our brains to think in a more positive mindset so that we can make decisions that are best for us so that we can live a bright, beautiful life that God has truly made for us to live. And that's the thing, is like people want to go out and they want to go change the world, but what they don't realize is if they don't change themselves first, the world won't change. People have to see you doing it for them to be able to go, okay, maybe I can do it too, right? All right, so the first thing is, here's a ways to start putting garbage in and garbage out, getting rid of that garbage you are putting in your brain on a daily basis. Stop looking at media, news, newspaper, news magazines, whatever. Cut it out. We all know That negativity is just in the last 2 years when it comes to the media, right? So minimize that a great deal. If you just want to get the weather, just look at the Weather Channel, right? Just get the things that you need, not the things that it's gonna start putting poison in your brain, right? You watch the weather and then all of a sudden they talk about somebody that got killed or somebody this and right afterwards, right? It fills your brain with negativity. So just get the Weather Channel, right? We need to know what the weather is. Trust me, you'll find out about what's going on in the world. Someone will let you know, right? And number 2, lower or minimize your TV time. He said that in this book, Darren Hardy said that compound effect, that we watch 4.7 hours of TV a day. And technically in a month, we're watching like 5 days or several, I can't remember. I have to look, actually let me look in the book here. I got it propped on my book here, that's why I'm sitting down. So he says, book. Let's see if I can put this down here. Okay, cool. TV. Right here. All right, yeah. So 4.7 hours per day. We're spending almost 30% of our waking hours watching TV. Almost 33 hours per week. Woo! More than one whole day each week. It's equivalent of watching TV for 2 solid months out of every 12 months. Yikes. And we wonder why we're having issues and getting things done, right? So minimize your TV. There's nothing wrong with TV, but let's go ahead and make sure that we're watching TV an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day, right? Stop with all the gossip magazines, cancel those bad boys, all those like, People magazines and stuff like that. Let's eliminate some of that stuff out of your brain. And he said to replace it, enroll in Drive Time Uverse, right? University, basically. If you're driving to work, start listening to personal development, ways to improve who you are on a daily basis, inspirational stuff, instructional things, all of that wonderful stuff while you're going to work and while you're coming back to work. I also would like for you to enroll in Walk Time University. I've been listening to Les Brown while I'm walking, and that gives me, man, he is just so incredible. His motivation is insurmountably amazing. He's a great speaker. And so I know I can only listen to it when I'm actually going for a walk. So I connect that with my walking. So not only am I getting healthier, but I'm also breaking my brain and my mind healthier at the same time. So also do that. If it's just 30 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day of listening to someone that has more positivity, that's an awesome thing. He said that a Drive University gives you about 2 semesters of school a year. So, you could basically have a doctor's degree in like just 4 or 5 years, right? Just by listening to things that will improve you, that you will go back home and actually implement in your life. Here's the thing, listening to it's one thing, but implementing it is a totally another thing. So if you can start to implement that, you start to create a person that has the things that they want. All right. And he says here, spend time with people. Okay, so the next section is changing, the time you spend time with, the people you spend time with. So that's the next. Remember, we had 3 things here: our influences, or what we put in our mind. Our next one is the people who we spend time with. He says that just check out the people who you're spending time with and figure out what you need to do there. Disassociate with people that are so negative minded that can't seem to get past that and want to improve. You need to dissociate with them. You don't have to like literally say, I'm not going to talk to you anymore, but just kind of just like, and just kind of move on and slowly but surely not talk to them as much and as often. Limited association. So maybe there are 3-minute people, there are 3-hour people, and there are 3-day people. So there's like your next door neighbor is probably a good 3-minute person just to chit chat with for a minute and keep on going. Or you have friends that are good 3 hours. You can go out to a movie and dinner or lunch or whatever, and they're great for 3 hours, right? And then there's people that are 3 days. Like you really want to take the time and energy to spend more time with them in that time frame. So Figure out your limited associations to people that are only 3 minutes of your time kind of people, 3 hours of your time kind of people, or 3 days of your time people. And then expanded association. So you want to be able to look for people that you look up to because they have what you want. You need to maybe join some organizations, maybe some businesses, health club, networking, whatever, and find those people and start to surround yourself with them more often and do the things that they do, right? Another great way to do it is books and audios and academies and courses online, because a lot of us may not be able to go and network and find people around us that are nearby. But if Oprah is your girl, you need to be reading everything Oprah. You need to be watching everything Oprah. You need to do all the things because she is definitely teaching you how to live a high quality life, right? So find these people and just keep them in your life. Have a peak performance partner, basically accountability partner. If you're both running towards something, it doesn't mean that they have to be in the same business or in the same whatever. It could be someone that's a friend of yours is like, I'm just trying to improve my relationship with my wife, and you're trying to improve your business. Well, it's like, okay, all right, so each week you guys sit down and say, okay, what's something that you learned, something you want to improve, and something that you were successful this week on. And you guys kind of give each other feedback on how to handle each of those things and have that accountability, knowing that every week you'll have to reach out to them and give them kind of a synopsis of what's going on and how you're going to improve and how you're going to get better and things of that nature. So that's a great way to do it too, as well as getting a mentor, right? If you have a mentor that you can actually speak to right now, just kind of like tell them what's going on in your day and then they give you some feedback back. Awesome. Again, books, courses, audio things, video, watch people that are doing really well in whatever field you want from afar and learn from them. A lot of them are teaching you how to do the things. So you just got to look at it. All right. And then the last one is environment. More than just cleaning your environment because you want to clean out the clutter that is around you so your brain can focus, but you should also look to create an environment with people that are doing well or what have you. He also had a great suggestion. Why don't you, if there's something that you want to accomplish, maybe you want a very nice car, why don't you go test drive that expensive car? Why don't you go look at $1 million homes? Why don't you go look at vacations and things that you want? Because if you can be in the vicinity of it, not in your current environment, but an environment that you're looking forward to, you can actually work in your current environment to go and get that, right? It makes you work harder and faster and all that stuff. So that was amazing. I really love that portion about influences. And basically he says his steps are on here. If you want, actually, I'll just send this to you. So if you want to get his action steps at the end of this chapter, just message me or post below, hey, I want those action steps to better further your influences so that you can live a more positive, successful, and influential life yourself. I love you. Take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.